Here we go. Racing here. And they are bumper to bumper, second and third.
Sub-GT's hold on the one of them.
Is he going to go around the outside? See him engulfed by the top two guys. And look at that 3, 1, 2, 3 car. Oh, he's around.
This is around. This is absolutely. It's a parking lot.
Oh no. And there's contact.
Oh, Carter's going to outside.
Hello there everybody and welcome. It sure is a great night for a great race. Hello and welcome to round 2 of this KRL practice round here. Tier 2 championship practice rounds, like I said, from Road America here in the United States of all places. Hello and welcome. Great to have your company with us here tonight. Hey, it's Jay, says OGT. Bring it home tonight. Mizzle says, great day for a race. Short Fuse Racing says, love that intro. You'll be seeing plenty more of that in the season proper as we get ready to go racing here tonight. Road America, like I mentioned, 14 corners, 6.5 kilometers around here, medium cloud tonight. And if it's anything like what we saw last week, we are in for an absolutely spectacular race as I'm joined once again each and every week by my co-commentators, Rob Dog, Rob Maverick Spicy Boy. Rob, are you there?
I am here, reading loud and clear. It's looking like a great evening for a race, even though in the real Road America it would currently be around about 6 degrees and absolutely awful. But thanks to the power of technology and video games, Trev, we have a beautiful sunny day in America. And can I just say, somebody's out there with a Ford GT, which I did believe this is a BMW championship, but then again I am pretty much wrecked every day, every single day. But yeah, these cars look pretty exciting around these circuits, and high grip, very fast around here. Lots of grip needed, lots of power. I don't know why I keep repeating myself, Trev. Thank God this is only tier 2. But not only am I here tonight, our man Jason Wilkinson is also here, and he's going to be giving us some special comments, sort of James Hunt-esque, but with less swearing, hopefully. How you going there, Wilco?
Yeah, good mate. And I'll just correct you straight off the bat. It's Open GDE season for the Tier 2 guys. So hello everyone, I'll be the pit reporter for tonight, I guess, and throw it back to the 2 GOAT commentators.
Awesome stuff. Great to have you with us. I did say commentators at the beginning of tonight as Rob, you knew he'd better get his act together there. He's got the speedo up. Very nice there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. 8.5 minutes, or 8 and a bit minutes left in qualifying already. Short qualifying session, followed by a shorter race tonight. And what can you tell us, Rob, about this circuit? It's not a bad little track, but can catch you out. Those bumps, they can be unforgiving, can't they, if you're not careful around here?
Yeah, it's a very old school sort of circuit, so the asphalt doesn't really have that much grip. The curbing is concrete, so you get up on that, it's quite slippy, and it's very, very bumpy and undulating. Lots of elevation rises and changes up and down, and long straights and very sort of 90-degree corners. But as I say that, there are a lot of fast right-handers, especially the long right-hander. I think it's just in Sector 2. He can go pretty quick through there, although it is easy to make a mistake, run a bit wide onto the grass, and your day is over and done with. But yeah, well, that's for these boys to figure it out. It's us to sit back and relax and watch and maybe have a couple of laughs at some people making mistakes. As you can see there, Disaster 420 plays at my brother in the Corvette, starting his lap. I think we might stay on board with this fella and see what he does.
Let's have a look at this Disaster now on a hot lap. No drivers have set a competitive time so far in this session, with just a tick under 7 minutes remaining through the first couple of corners there. Disaster looks good as we ride on board now with bonnet cam and 4th gear up to, or down to 3rd gear now. And it's a very tricky track, just staying off the bumps at the moment. And Short Fuse Racing has just sent us a message. Good to keep an eye out for Aussie Assault. as well as Kush AU there with the fancy name. Is Dizzy in this right now? I think we've got Diz there. He's down in 11th, but like I said, driver's yet to set a time. Hey, it's Jay said. He said, we're fine. We're fine with swearing, Robbie said. So, well, it's open season there. And we'll just quickly go through the drivers as we stick with this hot lap of Disaster 420, which doesn't look too bad at all. The drivers for tonight. A good turnout again, Rob. We've got Game Rescue. We've got Morning Glory Hole there. BK11, great to have you with us. Disaster, who we're watching at the moment. Del Dimple, OGT, Voodoo Child, PlayStation, Rico, Crump, Mr. Bubble Jug, Aussie Assault, Reaper, the Grim Reaper, who leaves quite a few demonic-sounding comments there, so that's a little bit strange. And Kakadu, Kakadu, Kakadu. So 14 drivers tonight. Pretty good numbers yet again, Rob.
Yeah, pretty good numbers. Not bad for a Tier 2 side. And I've got to say, these guys look pretty competitive early on. I was watching the race from last week, and it looked like a pretty good, dare I say, ding-dong battle. Trev, may as well bring that back since we're almost running out of material for everything else. We keep talking about Nazis, but I've got to say, Disaster's car looks somewhat planted. It's a little bit iffy here and there in certain corners, but you know, this guy seems to know what this Corvette is capable of, and he's just running out wide and got a little bit sideways there. But yeah, this might put him mid-pack this lap. So yeah, he looks like he's doing a good job. And as I'm just looking through the times here, Dalrymple Dimple in the fourth there, doing a 2:04.9. That's pretty impressive already. Very early on in the qualifying though. And we've still got halfway to go in the qualifying session, so we're going to see what happens there. But OGT is on there, and as I say that, Gamer Rescue is Gamer Esquire. I'm not too sure yet in the M3, sorry, M6 double M3, as he does a sick drifty. Mr. Drifter there, brother, doing only 4/10 off. That's pretty impressive for his first lap. Not bad for back in the OGT, looking a little bit off the pace now that I say that. In the sister M3 in the Hankook tyres entry, feel like Aaron Noonan all of a sudden there, Trev, and Disaster there, 4:20, 2 seconds off the pace. But we've still got a few guys here who need to do some laps, and this is a man that I told Jace who has a bit of pace about him, Kakadu. I've raced with him a couple of times, and he's gotten pretty close to beating me, and he has beaten me in a few races, so this man is one to look out for. But this man here, a little bit of a pussy, rather be in a commentary box than actually be out there on the circuit.
I don't know whether Jason will like you saying that or not, but that is a beautiful livery, isn't it? We take a look at the four now. Reaper,
nice.
666, probably harvesting souls for the Prince of Satan, but here he comes now as we just keep going through these comments, and I've got to say we do have a few drivers missing that I did mention before. No BK, no Morning Glory Hole, no PlayStation. And Kush says, "Come on, Dizzy, I believe in you." I hope you've subscribed to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel for races each and every Wednesday and Thursday night. And we are expecting a pole time of a low 2:04 at the moment. And we're seeing that with Dimple at the moment, sitting with a 2:04.218. But I'll just get you to talk us through this lap, Rob, as we ride on board with the Prince of Darkness himself, Reaper 666. We were riding on board with him, I should say, but 2.5 minutes remaining in this session. And still there's 3 drivers. We've got Jason in the pits, Kakadu National Park currently in 10th, yet to set a time. And Aussie Assault, so 2 of the guys who we've mentioned who could be quick tonight, Rob, are yet to set a time with 2 and a bit minutes remaining in this session tonight.
Yeah, there's a few guys that haven't put a lap in yet. Hopefully he doesn't piss off this time, but Reaper going into the first quarter there, very quick, and he's just not getting it right there. It's usually around about a 3rd gear corner. You can use 4th to get out there, get a little bit more traction on the exit. In here, got to be around about 3rd gear as he fucks it up again. We won't worry about this man indeed, our Dark Prince of Darkness. As I was going to say that would have been a fantastic saying. I'm never going to do that again. Dalrymple Dimple just sending it off the fucking track, as we can see there. Gamer Rescue looks like he's on a lap, and hopefully this doesn't put him off, as he is in the party chat. But hopefully this man does continue this lap, and I'll jump on board with him. Banging down into fourth there. Just putting it in nicely, very on the apex. Didn't use the ripple strip on the inside there. As I said earlier, the ripple strip can be quite slippery as they are concrete. Second in here. Usually good gear would be third, not giving you driving tips at all there, man Brad, but second, certainly got the BMW pointed in very nicely now. It's full throttle all the way down the straight. There's a little left-hand kink. After that, it's a bit bumpy, so you want to get that braking in early so you don't lock up the front brakes. You can see here, smacking those brakes now. Down the gears in a second, a little bit wide on the gravel there, but usually you just want to smack those brakes, get an early turn in and a very early exit. It's easy to make some time up there and a very good passing opportunity within the race. As you can see there, just a little, that's a quite hard section over there. You're going over the rise and you've got to hit those brakes as soon as you're over the top, and very hard to do. Down here, left-handed, it's quite a slow one to be honest. You want to get all the way over, and actually this is one of the parts of the circuit where you want to really get onto the concrete ripple strip. Fourth round here, you're just feathering the throttle, waiting for the car to point in. Now this is the point where you full throttle all the way through the corner, a little bit wider, and that will give you the optimum line to come up here. Now this is a very fast right-hand kick trip, very hard to get right. I even made mistakes there myself, would you not believe it. Full throttle. Now you've got to be 100% committed here. Now you can take two lines. The optimal line is somewhere left middle. Smack those brakes on the towards the curbing there. And you can say Game of Rescue has decided to bin it and make me look like an absolute twig trip.
Well, I've got to say the commentator's curse is alive and well, because every time we jump on board with one of these guys, they go straight off the track as Dimple has his own moment himself. Wilco, just to confirm with our beautiful viewers tonight, all 10 of you who are watching the live stream at the moment, he says, I'm not racing tonight, I'm just here to set up the lobby. So he's setting up the lobby, and Waffle says Fords are strong at this track. Did someone say parity changes needed? Interesting comment there, great to have your company. And Wilco saying Roland Dane won't be happy with Fords winning. Hey Waffs. A bit of banter in the chat. It's always good now as we watch Voodoo Child, baby, 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 and V for Voodoo as he comes around now. Qualifying is done and dusted as Yokel 69. That's a name and a half, if you don't mind me saying. So he says, bring on a win, OGT. So the OGT fan club is strong here tonight. Big thank you to everybody for watching this stream. Tier 2, of course, here tonight, the second of our practice rounds as OGT there is a second behind, and someone's, no, he's 2.204503. OGT into second place. What did Voodoo manage to do on that lap? Just good enough for the second row of the grid. So qualifying is almost done and dusted, and it looks like Dal is going to take pole position here. We've got two drivers in the 204s as everybody is into the pit, so it looks like Dal has pole position for this race tonight, Rob. So starting, can't get much better than that, starting from P1.
Yeah, that's a great position to be in, especially on this circuit as well. You want to get that lead out as quick as you can. It's just such an old school sort of circuit, so a lot of opportunities to overtake. So you just want to get that gap as quick as you can, and hopefully nobody makes a brave lunge or a dive anywhere, because that's usually very very terrifying, especially around here. Everything's 90 degrees, so it's easy to be T-boned. But nobody's getting the Greg Murphy breakfast here, so yeah, it's looking very interesting. The times there, and a 204.2. That's impressive stuff there. Will be interesting to see what Tier 1 does tomorrow night when we are live and exclusive on the Kid Buyers channel again. But OGT not that far away, so we'll be expecting a little battle between the Ford and Beamer there, and Gamer Rescue, the Brazilian. I didn't think he spoke Portuguese there, Trev, but 205. That's not bad. You know, certainly with this style of this circuit, anything can happen.
Sure can. The Brazilian flag there, probably paying homage to the great Eton Centre, of course. We know he is a huge fan, as we have a 20-minute timed race tonight rather than laps. And Big Shep, good enough to join us for the live stream tonight, says, tell Roland not to whinge. They have had their way for a long time. Thank you for joining us, Shep. And Wilco just replying with Big Shepo. We've got half a dozen. We've got a dozen. People are watching this stream here tonight. Fantastic stuff. Dimple on pole, OGT in second, Gamer Rescue, the Brazilian, Senna Sempre, Senna Moncho in third, and then it's Voodoo Child in fourth, Dizzy Gillespie in fifth. Somebody who's in P6 there, Who is that?
Mr. Bubble Jug.
Mr. Bubble Jug Shrimp. And the rest of them there as we get ready to go racing here tonight. Beautiful circuit we have here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, Donald Trump territory. And Wilco just letting us know there that we're expecting roughly 8 or 9 laps, Wilco. And Gary Falconer says, go hard, OGT. Ben, he's got more friends than I do, OGT. This is about the 3rd or 4th person I reckon we've seen tonight on the stream, Rob, backing up our man OGT. Don't forget to subscribe, Gaz. And like this video, and great to have your company on the stream tonight. But here we go. Ready for racing here at Road America in the good old US of A. 13 people watching the stream, 10 people starting the race. We're almost ready. 3 lights, 4 lights. Out and go here at Road America, and Dimple makes the perfect start and goes into the lead. OGT into second, and
huge. It's huge.
It's absolutely huge. It's huge. And well, what on earth has happened there? This is unbelievable stuff. Pandemonium at the start, to quote the great man Rob Maverick Spicy Boy. And my goodness me, no yellow flags, and boy oh boy, we can see the guys at the back. As Dimple there out in front, who's managed to avoid it all with OGT. And they're 6 seconds in the lead. And the comments are coming in thick and fast. What a start. That was reminiscent of Monaco a few years back. I think it was Jono who started that one, Rob, and you had the call that night. And
that was in the intro.
Yes, that was a very interesting night. I almost had a collapse lung after calling that, and Brody came through, Carter came through to, let's be honest, Stephen Bradbury. So I think it feels like one of those again. Don't forget also, Trev, out Long Beach when we did GT3 cars there. Quite a similar scenario happened as well. But whew, that was that was a bit fucked up, wasn't it?
Absolutely, no doubt about that. But gee whiz, that very reminiscent of the just that first lap pile up. But once it started, nobody could stop it, could they? But anyway, out at the front, we're expecting 8 or 9 laps, as the great man Wilco mentioned to us a little bit earlier on in the stream. But never mind about the pile up at the start, because we've still got a race on our hands here at the moment. With 18 and a bit minutes to go in this race. OGT keeping Dal honest and not giving him an inch at the moment. So it's race on at the front. And Aussie Assault 6 seconds further back. Managed to just get through that carnage and up into 3rd place. Along with Mr. Bubble Jog, who is a further 3 or 4 seconds back. And Shep. Big Shep, I didn't know he knew about Crash Bandicoot, Wilco. He says, I thought I was watching Crash Bandicoot. It's like one of those online lobbies in Crash Team Racing, isn't it? You probably wouldn't get that much action. As we look now, Aussie Assault there, like I said, in P3. Voodoo Child now up to P4. So Bubble Jug, Mr. Bubble Jug, and the man who Rob had big raps on coming into tonight, Kakadu National Park down there in 9th place. But I'm just trying to recap. We've had such a hectic start, Rob. It's everybody's been going all over the place at the moment, so we've got huge gaps in the field, and we're not even barely a lap into this race.
Man, there's more gaps in this field than in my X, but let's not talk about that. OGT is putting the pressure on Dalrymple Dimple at the moment. The gap was around about 7 tenths. Now it's dropped down to around about 4 to 5. So this man is moving and shaking and getting a little bit closer. Of course, these cars do suffer from a little aero washer. This is the sector where he's going to be a little bit slower. But as soon as he gets into those straight line sections at BMW with the glorious twin turbo V8, we'll absolutely try and monster that EcoBoost piece of shit. That's weird saying as a Ford fan, Trev. And as I look through the list, there's absolutely fuck all. So let's start commentating the cricket.
Yes, we've been there and done that with much success in the past, but I've got to say, with 16 and a bit minutes left in this race, too clean to be mistaken for Mario Kart, says Waffles. Great to have you with us. 13 people, lucky 13, watching the stream tonight. Awesome stuff. I think after a successful week 1, don't forget, of course, we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time after tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, in fact. And then we'll have a bit of a break before we're back for the real stuff. But this is the battle of the moment for the lead of this race. It's Dalrymple Dimple in P1. Then it is OGT in the BMW at the moment in P2, and the gap down to third place there. Aussie Assault is 9 seconds, and we've got a bit of banter there. Unfortunate for you, Crump. He was going to type something, but the message has been retracted. LJ Hooker is finally joining us. He says, "Shut up, Rob." LJ Hooker, not sure if I agree with that. Mizu says, "Waffles, if it was Mario Kart, we'd love to see a lot more bananas." And Kush AU says, "I subbed and clicked the notification bell." Well, I've got one thing to say to you, Kush AU. I love you, brother. And we're not doing too bad the last week. 75 watch hours, in fact, and 7 new subscribers, Rob. So we're going global at the moment with this brand new championship.
Yes, absolutely global. It's moved from Benella all the way to Danny Dong. So this is very impressive indeed, Trev. Of course, Australia is the only place to be. LJ Hooker, how about you? I've got nothing. There's nothing I can say right now that can be said on stream that won't get us banned. So I'll keep that one for later. I do love you, Hooker. I do love me hookers indeed. OGT now, the gap between him and Dalrymple Dimple has moved out just a little bit now, so he's losing a little bit of pace. But I'll keep an eye on that while they're going through the straighter sections, as Wilco is giving us a quick woo. Obviously he's on board with somebody there. If you would like to assist me with that, that'd be great.
Yep, we can. You're just digging the hole even deeper there. But Wilco, sorry, did you want to just add something there, Wilco?
Yep, I was just on board and watched the restart, and I think it was either Voodoo or who was in the other black forward. There's 2 guys in the black forwards, but one of the black forwards come together with old Gamer Rest again. I'll be the one to say his name right, and yeah, that's what caused that big pile up at the start. But these 2 at the front, very similar lap time. The 204.680 to a 204.698. So let's see what these are. It is on this lap. But yeah, those forwards definitely got a bit of punch out of the corners. So thank God in Tier 1 we're running a 1-8 category as OGT was fast that lap.
He certainly was. So they are very, very close at the front, and these times are very quick indeed. 204.7 compared to 204.6. So there is absolutely nothing in it at the front as we watch Game Rescue. That's right, I got it right this time, and he is down in P6, and he's managed to get past Dizzy Gillespie, who looked to have a bit of a moment there, Roberto, and our man Bradley, one of the 4 untouchables, the other 3 in the party and the commentary box tonight, managed to get through now and up into 6th place, and only 6 seconds off Mr. Bubblejog now.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's always great to see an untouchable up there. And now that I think about it, it's an inside joke. Every time we call each other untouchables, that's probably a negative image thing, Trev. I think we're going to have to change the names to the Sexy Beasts and Wilco. But Voodoo and Aussie Assault look like you like that one, Wilco? You like the little slavers?
Yeah, well, it's good to be. I can actually respond to them these times instead of copping on the stream in Tier 1. But,
Aussie Assault here, guys.
You got me good there. So yeah, here we go. Back to the racing.
Talking of Aussie Assaults, there was a woman who stabbed a man today in a Melbourne shopping centre for some toilet paper. So it's all kicking off here in Australia.
That's right, just wiping the slate clean now. 12 minutes to go in this race, and Aussie Assault now under all sorts of pressure from Voodoo Child. And lap 4 out of this race, and the 2 at the front might be skipping away like a couple of schoolgirls at a party. Not sure where that was going, but 5 tenths out in front to Treb's Band, and Wilco says, LJ Hooker, you are the best. We love you, brother, and bad luck for you too, Kano, who dropped out. This is very close, very close. We're going to. I'm going to hold off the American joke that I had, the one-liner, because this is absolutely magnificent stuff.
Right up the backside
Aussie
into the diffuser. You can see that he was trying to set up the move, and it just. Wow, Voodoo just moved over just a little bit, but this is getting very, very close indeed. Weird side of the track to be passing on, because right there is where it rises dramatically, and you can get wheel spin, a lot of wheel spin off of there. But Aussie Assault's just gotten past Voodoo once again, so he's back into position. but Voodoo's not going to have any part of that. Aussie Assault had to give him a little bump and a run wide to get past, and I'm pretty sure Voodoo will have something up his sleeve as well. Maybe he's already got the dole out and starting to put some little pins into his car. Hopefully looking for a breakdown or something like that as I keep digging myself a hole. Somebody please help me, I am retarded.
No.
I've just noticed Mr. Bubblejog is actually only has 11 litres of fuel, so he might even actually run out. So that could be a bit of a worry for him, which will keep Game Arrest, who's actually closing rapidly. Oh, what we got going on? Back to you.
It's
Aussie Assault just... Trev, you first, ladies first.
Yes, very nice. As we just get back to the action here, thank you to our man Wilco, who is, well, I don't know where he is. He's in the commentary box, he's down in the pit lane, he's on the comments, he is everywhere, our man Wilco. But 10 minutes to go in this race. Half the race gone, half still to go, and we're watching Aussie Assault at the moment. He's dropped a little bit further behind Voodoo Child. And I've got to go with the American joke tonight. We're in the great state of Wisconsin. Knock, knock. Who's there? 9/11. 9/11 who? You said you would never forget. That's not really great, is it?
Jesus.
But that's... and Donald Trump's listening. Good luck with that campaign. But Rob's AU Falcon would have lapped the field by now, Waffles says. Plenty of love for the AU Falcon, and why not? Because it's an absolutely beast of a machine, isn't it, Roberta?
Yes, it's an absolute beast of a machine. I did change the oil in it last week from the previous owner who left no oil in there apparently. And now I have to put water in the car, but apparently I can't open my bonnet now, so I need a second person to open the bonnet, and that's what we call Aussie build quality.
Absolutely magnificent stuff. And I've got to say here that this is, well, OGT, he's dropped back a little bit from the battle with Dimple as we take a look at one and only Bradley Marshall from Nara in New South Wales. He indeed is closing in the Gamer Rescue BMW. Gamer Skew, Jesus Christ, I can never get that right, can I? But LJ Hooker. Bubble jog. Oh, back to the shrimp boat, Bubble Jog. Could Bubble go warm with the Bubble Jog? And Brad is through. And no favouritism here at all, of course. But Mr. Bubble Jog, back onto your shrimp boat, son, because Bradley is through and up into P5. Not a bad race at all from our man Bradley, Rob.
Maybe I should start calling my penis the shrimp boat because it's the same colour and size as a shrimp. But yes, Bradley's moving and shaking up through the field. Mr. Bubble Jug did make a mistake there, so he'll be looking to get the performance and pace back. It does take a couple of laps though to get that back. But as we get the call to go back to the front, you can see OGT going for the dive, not getting there just yet, a little bit too far back. Dalrymple Dimple taking the optimum line there, and a very good clean line from Dalrymple Dimple. We could have just shut the door completely, but he just let him have that look and got into the corner there. But OGT gets into the back of him, absolutely pulverises his anus. It feels like I have a prostate gland that's swollen.
Got to get out of the throttle.
Unbelievable. Oh, Dimple. And Dimple flirting with the pit lane there, but not going in, electing to stay out on track. But now he's dropped about 5 seconds behind our man OGT. But it was getting quite hectic at the front there. And oh my God, Wilco, you'll love this. 16 people watching the stream at the moment. And hey, it's Jay. Thank you for subscribing. Last week says that's how it's done. OGT. And Mizu says contact. Plenty of OGT fans out there tonight. I hope each and every one of you have subscribed to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel for weekly races, 2 weekly races now since that new television deal we signed, Wilco, of course. But 6 and a bit minutes left in this race, and it's that man OGT well out in front now. And free rectal exam live on air, says Waffles. And Mizu loving that. Great to have your comments. Keep them coming into the live stream tonight. Don't forget, we'll be back from 8 p.m, half an hour earlier, Eastern time on this channel for the Tier 1 stuff from the same circuit here in Road America. So don't forget to join us tomorrow night. But it's not over at the moment until the fat lady sings. And I'm not saying she's going to sing soon, Rob, but with this man 5 seconds in front, and going at the pace he's going, he's going to be a hard man to bet against right now.
I mean, a hard man to bet against, but I'm sure there will be a post-race investigation into that one. Not that it matters too much, it's not really an official championship just yet, but we don't want that sort of driving in any of our leagues or any of our tiers. But, I mean, this man's incredibly impressive, and I'm sure there could have been something like a lag. And I do love blaming the old lag for punting will go off, but it's quite handy. Now, let's not talk about what happened almost a year ago this day, Wilkinson, because I'm still quite hurt about it, and I think you're a piece of shit. But now we turn back to the racing, and Dalrymple Dimples just lost his touch a little bit. He had that Ford absolutely hooking around this circuit. Unfortunately, though, getting his keister caved in, just like Wilco wants to cave in my head at the moment.
Well, it was Mardi Gras last week, but Dimple copping a bit. Copping a bit. I'm just thinking of that picture we sent through. Anyway, before Mardi Gras and after Mardi Gras, but 5 minutes left in this race. Big hello to everyone and the LGBT community out there. As Waffle says, Sebastian, you have a 5-second penalty, and fuck your Charlie. And Mizu says, what's the podium winners? What's the podium winners go after
Probably
this race? Well, we're going to interview our drivers.
Straight to the interview.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be. So if you're lucky to finish on the podium, you get to talk to us three lovely chaps.
And
sorry, us two lovely chaps and Rob.
Stick around,
yes,
Mizu.
I mean that is true. I mean that's true. Usually we do herd them into a pen. We do keep our drivers caged. It's just the safest way we can handle them. Also, we feed them. We not exactly caged, but we give them food that we can slide underneath the door at the moment, because coronavirus is very dangerous, and I'm pretty sure Dalrymple Nipple, after that good fucking, he's certainly contracted something.
And LJ Hooker there saying no gloves or lube. And Mizu saying, damn, why aren't I playing then? Okay. Thank you, Mizu, and stick around, Mizu, too, like our man Wilco said, for the post-race press conference where we interview the top 3 drivers. And if I don't say so myself, Wilco and Rob, just sharp, absolutely sharp comedy, absolutely hilarious, if I don't say so myself, Rob, where we interview the drivers. So stick around for that. Big hello to everyone out there. Like I always say, now still got 13 people watching this stream tonight. 3 and a bit minutes remaining in this race as we watch Aussie Assault now currently in P4. He's 4 seconds behind Voodoo Child and 5 seconds, or about 4 seconds. That's less than what I thought.
Mr. Bubble Jug is almost out of fuel.
And
1.7 litres left.
It's litres, not laps, Wilco. I'll never get that right, but thank you.
Exactly.
11 litres to go for Mr. Bubble Jug. And just to put it out there, he might not be a black man working on a shrimp boat, but I can tell you he's going to have a few fuel issues a bit later in this race. And now he doesn't look like he's lifting and coasting at all.
Bubble Jug needs some juice.
And Bubble Jug.
Oh, Mr. Bubble Jug needs some straight staying on the track.
He needs to
he's
keep.
Going to have to pick his lap because he's going to be out. And then on this game, if you are out, run out of fuel, and you're catching the little motorbike home.
Just like he might be getting a lift home with one of the marshals, I think, around this track, because he might have to holler for a marshal in a sec, because he's going to have to come in to the pits. As Murray Walker used to say, he must be running on the smell of an oily rag at the moment. But he comes into the pits anyway, so that's going to fix him up.
The hill.
But, lift and coaster. And he's into the pits at the moment, Mr. Bubble Jug. He must have picked up a penalty somewhere, because I think on his in-lap, Wilco, he wasn't even anywhere on the track on the black stuff at all, I don't think, during that lap. But 2 and a bit minutes left, and it's this man who has a very sore ego and backside after what we saw earlier on in this race. And as Careful OGT says, Mizu, he says, Dimple is catching you. And Waffle saying, so the crash at the start was a classic 3 wide on a skinny track, and no one learns, do they? And Yokel saying, cutting it fine.
Hope that does not happen tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Well, it is practice, I guess, isn't it? It's a practice round. It's tier 2, so you got to expect that. These guys not at the standard that we see in tier 1. No, they're going to hate me for that, Wilco. But,
hole, digging, keep going.
Rob, can you save me? I've saved you. It's about time you saved me.
Yes, I'll save you. Dalrymple Dimple is feeling like Macaulay Culkin after visiting Michael Jackson.
Thank you. I don't know whether you saved me there, but you've distracted them, so thank you for that. And speaking of, why am I thinking of Bubbles the monkey? But anyway, a minute to go in this race. Dimple, 3.3 seconds. I tell you what, he is he's catching him. He's cut the gap. He's cut the gap. He's got 16 litres of fuel, 16 and a half litres of fuel to be exact. But I'm guessing that OGT, will this be the last lap of the race, or will he have another time around?
Confirm last lap. Confirm last lap. Oh, my voice broke.
Last lap. Oh, hello, Jace. Oh, I sound a bit like Bill Lorry now. I got him. Yes, gone. As OGT now on the last lap of this race. LJ Hooker saying bad luck, Dimps. And, well, it was a close start. We saw the absolute carnage at the beginning of this race, but it's going to be OGT. He's not that far in front, 2.6 seconds, so he's just got to get this car home now. Only a few corners between him and victory here tonight in the second KRL practice round here for Tier 2 at Road America. It's been great to have everybody's company tonight. It's been a short, sharp race, short and sweet, and to the point. So the clock has counted down to 0, and now we're just, you can see Dalrymple Dimple in the background. It's been tough luck for him, and Waffles wanting to know whether he's got his own Dutch army, but we're nearly at the end of this race now. There's a bit of traffic up ahead, but OGT is not going to have too many issues with that, and he's well on his way here to victory at Road.
Dimple copped him at the worst moment.
Road America tonight. Just caught him at a bad time there. Can happen to the best of us. But lap 10 then. We said about 8 to 9 laps. We've managed to get 10 laps here in this race. But not too far to go now, Roberto. He's almost
not
there.
Too far.
He's
almost there, and I can't wait to ask him in the post-race interview. Now, what point did the relationship between you and Dalrymple Dimple break down?
I did not have sexual relations with them. Here we go then. OGT across the line to win the second practice round and take victory here at Road America. And Dalrymple Dimple 2 seconds further back in the end. Unfortunate for him, but still finishing second in this race. And here he comes now. He's a fair way back, 20 seconds behind the leading pack. But baby, you are my voodoo child, and he comes through. Don't say
okay.
Here we go then.
I've just decided that you're both going to Krakow. I would say pack your bags, but you're not allowed any personal effects within the concentration camp. So good luck with that.
Oh. My goodness me, as Aussie Assault finishes fourth. We've seen a couple of assaults tonight at the start line and on Dimple as well, but Game Rescue comes across the line. One of the four amigos, the Untouchables, he comes across the line. Inside joke, folks, but he comes across the line to finish fifth. And now, the man who ran out of fuel with a couple of laps to go. He was cutting it very fine indeed, but Mr. Bubble Jug, and he'll be bringing his shrimp boat home into 6th place. He's got a penalty. I'm not sure what that was for. It could have been for one of his many off-track excursions tonight, Wilco, but I'm sure we can check that a little bit later on. But it doesn't really matter, as Big Shep says, go forward power. And Mr. Bubble Jug going off the track again, but he comes across the start-finish line to finish in P6. And then we've got Dizzy. And is that Grim Reaper Disaster, I beg your pardon, Dizzy in Disaster 420 comes across the line. He'll finish 7th tonight, so disappointing for him. Who could forget that famous joke last week in Germany about Disaster, just a champagne comedy. As we go back to the final results on your screen then, here at Road America for Tier 2. It's OGT taking victory tonight after an early battle with Dalrymple Dimple, who finished second in the end. Voodoo Child taking the final podium spot. Aussie Assault there in fourth. Game Rescue, yes indeedy, finishing fifth. Bradley Marshall, the man from Nowra. Mr. Bubble Jog finishing sixth. He's probably not black, but it's a funny joke. Anyway, Disaster 420. Then it's the Prince of Darkness himself, Reaper 666, harvesting souls down there all on his own, you'd have to say. And then it's Kakadoo, 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 and Wilco, who's been everywhere tonight, even picked up the odd point there, I think. 2 drivers retiring, of course, 8 finished. And as we wait for our drivers to enter the post-race interviews, as we might read some of these comments, folks. Says, hey, it's Jay. Says, ask him at what stage did his relationship with Dimple become anally focused? Interesting stuff. OGT Tier 1 all the way, says Yokel. Mizu says, great race, guys. Big Shep, go forward power. Thank you, Shep. Waffle saying, voodoo for president. Well done, Shep. At Jerry's. A jerry can does not run out of fuel. John Jennings, Gary, we'll get these comments are going absolutely nuts. 19 people now on the stream. That is a record in the last couple of weeks, Wilco. As we've got our top 3, Rob, if you want to get these interviews underway, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. After watching some, I'm quite used to seeing some Aussie assault, but I'm also not used to seeing some sexual assault. So I just want to ask OGT man on the podium, man on the top step of the podium, do you mind? OGT, pretty tight race between you. I mean, not tight as in door banging until, of course, the anal raping that we saw on the TV.
I know. I'll lose sleep over it, don't worry, because he's me buddy, Del. He's me buddy.
He's your buddy, and now he's more than a buddy, isn't he? He's more of a bum buddy now.
Yeah.
But,
he'll be getting sick of me fucking running into him, I can tell you, poor bastard.
mate, I look, it could be worse, you know. You could have fucked him without protection. At least you had your fucking bumper bar there, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I did offer him the spot back, but he said, nah, continue on, so he was catching me, but there wasn't enough time.
That's getting interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dimps. I'm real sorry, buddy.
Wow, I was going to break out my fucking Dr. Phil, but there's no fucking point in it now, is there?
They're all friends. They're all friends.
Yeah.
You've got to say,
We're all buddies.
But just talk us through Dimple. Early on in the race, there we saw that absolute carnage at the start of the race, mate. Was it just a matter of getting through that cleanly? I know you guys were out in front, but what was your viewpoint from that? Did you manage to see any of that in the rearview mirrors?
I saw a little bit in the rearview. It's pretty standard for an online lobby boat, isn't it? Carnage at the start.
Yep.
Look, he's not even wrong. He's not even fucking wrong. Have you ever played Project Cars?
Yeah. I was just happy to have a bit of a gap. I was spewing OGT. He wasn't caught up in it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I've seen it all kick off, and seen a black Ford go sideways, and then there was cars in the air, and that's all I've seen in my rear vision mirror, and oh, thank Christ I was behind Dimps.
Oh boy, don't know how to respond to that, but
black things coming up behind you in the mirrors. Okay, that's
yeah. So how does it feel to be Macaulay Culkin visiting fucking Michael Jackson?
Come on, Macaulay.
It's a liberating experience.
I'm not blowing bubbles.
All right. All right, congratulations, guys. I've lost track now, Rob. Who else do we need to talk to?
Yeah, we forgot about Voodoo. Hey, how you going, mate?
Good on you, brother.
Black Ford and stuff. Did you rape anybody during the race?
I got a bit of whiplash at the start. I got tonked sideways, and fuck me, it was just passenger. My neck hurts, my wrists are sore. I don't even know.
Mate, it sounds like you've been on the Billies.
Sim race, yeah.
Sounds like a level on ACA.
You sound like you've been on the Billies already. I'll let you have a couple more to dull the pain, mate.
Yeah, being pretty full on.
His medication.
Afternoon dinner.
All right. Let's keep it family friendly. That sounds painful. I put a whiplash. All right. So anyway, congratulations, guys. Thank you for. I told you the post race interviews would be absolutely just champagne comedy, didn't I? But thank you to our top 3 Voodoo OGT. I don't think we've even really spoken to Voodoo, but thank you guys.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. OGT
Cheers, guys.
has left the party. Thank you, guys, and congratulations on your results tonight. We've heard from our top 3 podium finishers here tonight. Just recapping, if you're just joining us, OGT winning the race tonight, completing 10 laps here ahead of Dimple after an incident mid-race, and then Voodoo Child third. The rest of the results still on your screen. Wilco, gold podium interviews, Mizu. Laughing at that one, and Wilco, a lot like the intro. Killer go Dizzy, says Daniel Williams. The Prince of Darkness says Voodoo, the man, the myth, and the legend. And LJ Hooker says, haha, Rob, can't keep up. LOL. So fantastic company tonight. Unseen numbers, Wilco, if you're still there. Nearly 20 people watching this at its peak. So we did well last week, and not doing too bad this week either.
Yeah, got on the that old upward. I was gonna say spiral, is it the right word? But
Trajectory, you fuck.
Yep, there we go, and that's why you're here, Rob. That's why I don't pay you, and
Nobody gets paid. Trev has the fucking keys to the bank, and he doesn't do anything for us. Like, I had a birthday last June, and all I got, happy birthday.
Oh, well, who knows? We're organising some VIP suites at the Grand Prix, Rob, at the moment. We're getting that sorted. So
trying to.
And
well, Dad has, but
flights,
don't know how much he's going to dish out. But yeah,
premium economy as well. We might just sneak you into premium economy there on the flight from Adelaide to Melbourne, and pick up shuttle bus service as well.
Can't go for you, Rob.
But
look,
good
I'll
stuff.
take anything.
And that's been the theme here tonight. And what a way to finish here tonight. It's been great to have your company. That was the second of the KRL practice rounds here at Road America. It's been great to have your company. Too many people to mention on the stream here tonight, but big thank you to everybody who's joined us. Daniel Williams, Mizu, Reaper, the Prince of Darkness himself, LJ Hooker, Waffles, Big Shep as well down there somewhere out there in the world. But don't forget, tomorrow night we have the Tier 1 race, also the second practice round from Road America, and then we have a week off for the Australian Grand Prix, and then we are back into it, the real stuff kicking off on March the 19th. So it'll be fantastic to have you around for that. Big thank you to everyone, like I said, for joining us. It's been great to have your company. Don't forget tomorrow night to tune in from 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel for the Tier 1 race. There'll be a preview up as well on the channel, so you can click the reminder to schedule that in for tomorrow night. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. Big thank you to you, Rob and Wilco. Thank you for another night of absolute entertainment again.
Yes, no, it was a very interesting night. I do believe we have to take this film to, obviously, the police now that we did witness such horrific crimes against the man's, let's say, rectum. But it was a great call, and I look forward to tomorrow night. And I just want to ask Jason one question, and that is, how long till start?
Yeah, we've got 23 hours, mate. Just under 23 hours.
23
So
hours.
I'll remind you every hour, because you always seem to forget. So yeah,
every hour.
Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Team
there.
Jason. Team Big Dogs.
Big Square, Big Dogs Racing. Hashtag Team Big Dogs. Catch you all tomorrow night. Hashtag Team Wilco. We're just about out of time here. Thanks everyone for their company, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Be kind to one another. It's bye for now.